files can include this data. And I've gone ahead and generated an API key, but I just want to show you where I did that. If you go to opentalk.com or talkbox.com and click on docs, you're going to get to a page here where you can click right here to go get an API key. So just fill out this form, hit the button, and it'll be emailed to you with a secret. Then a really quick way to go ahead and generate a session is to use the generator, which on that same page, if you scroll down and click token generator, you'll get to this page. In here you put in your API key and secret, and you get a session, and then you can also generate a token for that session. Now I already have one generated, so I'm just going to go ahead and use that. Just going to put in my session ID and use a token that I have. Now we're going to go actually get that data inside HelloView. So I'm going to go ahead and put one more line in here called var config equals require config. And now we have access to those variables. So the first thing I'm going to show you how to do with OpenTalk is how to actually connect to a session. And to do that, I'm just going to paste some code in here ahead of time and talk about what it does. So we're going to go ahead and grab a reference to the module, and then we're going to call the create session method on the OpenTalk module. This actual method takes a session ID inside a parameters object, just like how we've created the views. So I'm going to get that from config.sessionID, which is what we just stored before. Then I'm actually going to call the connect method from that object that we got back, which I saved on self.session. And that takes the API key and the token. This should actually make that connection already, but how do we know that it's actually connected? For that, we actually want to add an event handler. So the event handler that I'm adding here is actually going to listen for the session connected event that the session object itself fires. And when that happens, we're going to call the session connected handler. The handler, all it does is remove that spinner from the views to give us a good indication that it's actually working. So I'm going to go ahead and compile this project for the simulator, and hopefully we get to see that the spinner goes away when it's done connecting. And there you have it. It actually did go away. That means we actually got a successful connection. The next thing I'm going to show you how to do with OpenTalk is to publish. Now, publishing is actually taking video from your own device, from one device, and sending it out to other users. One thing you need to know about publishing, though, is that it actually only works from a device, which means it won't work inside the simulator. So the first thing we need to do is to find out whether we're on a device or running in the simulator. And to do that, I'm going to add this little bit of code, which is going to add a true or false value called self.onDevice that we can check and look up. So the way that we actually do publishing